Flix with the Hicks, where we tell you about the movies. We tell you if they're great or if they really stink. Now it's time to start the show. Yeah, now it's time to go. Guess what? It's Flix with the Hicks.
Hi folks, this is Janet and Greg, and this is Flix with the Hicks. This is where we review movies that we've watched during the week, and we pick out the best one and the worst one, and we tell you guys about it, okay? Greg got tasked with picking out the worst movie this week, and what did you choose?
Well, I had high hopes for this film. I guess my hopes were a little too high. The film that I chose as the worst movie of the week was The Wendell Baker Story. The film stars Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Kris Kristofferson, and Harry Dean Stanton. There's a lot of talent in this film. Luke Wilson wrote, directed, and starred in this film. Owen Wilson, I believe, also directed, so they were co-directors. This film had a budget of $8 million, and it only made $153,000 back.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, and how can that happen with the talent that this film had? Harry Dean Stanton, he's good in everything. Kris Kristofferson, he's usually good in everything. But this movie revolves around a man named Wendell Baker, played by Luke Wilson. Wendell Baker is a con man, lifetime con man. He gets put in jail. After getting out from jail, he decides to turn his life around and decides to go into the hospitality industry and goes to work in a retirement home. Now, Owen Wilson, his brother, plays the manager of the retirement home, and he's corrupt. He steals from the residents. He basically treats the residents like slaves, and he tries to get Luke Wilson, Wendell Baker, involved in his schemes. And Luke Wilson ends up turning the tables on him, sides with the residents, and ends up basically turning the tables on Luke Wilson and having the residents fight back. And this film, I think, had a good chance of being a very good film. I think where it went wrong, it's kind of a comedy drama. Had it just been a comedy, it would have been better. Had it just been a drama, it would have been better.
There you go.
But combining the two, you would start getting into the film or the storyline, and then something would happen comedy-wise that would just take you out of it.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a mess.
Right,
it was a mess.
Right. You get some of the characters and some of the old folks, and then something stupid would happen. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, nah, that doesn't work.
Right. And the way that the character that Harry Dean Stanton played, such a fine actor to take on a role that was really kind of below him. Kris Kristofferson was good in this film. But overall, the film just didn't gel. It just didn't.
Yeah.
And I was really, really frustrated by that, because when you watch the previews for the movie, it looks like it's really going to be a good film.
Right, right.
But there are places in the film that are kind of charming, feel-good places bits in the film, but overall, can't recommend it.
What'd you rate it? 1 to 100, baby.
I would give this film a 50. I'd give it a 50.
Yeah.
Not great, not bad, just right there.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking like 40. It was like they could have done better.
Yeah, they could have, especially with the talent that they had.
The script could have been better.
Yeah. All right, so what was the film that you picked for our best film of the week, Miss Jan?
Well, not everybody will agree with me, but I liked Hit List, okay? With Cuba Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Okay, yeah. Him. I liked that guy, Like, show me the money guy, that guy. And this was done in 2011. The budget was $6 million. I don't even know how much it made, but the movie itself was intense for me. Okay? And you can put yourself in these shoes, too.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is sitting in a bar, and this other guy is getting totally plastered, and that's Cole Hauser.
Mm-hmm.
He plays this guy named Alan. He's getting drunk, and he starts talking to Cuba, Jonas, and he's like, I wish my boss was dead. I wish it. He goes, I wish so-and-so's dead. I wish, I'm sick of my wife. Just drunk. Cuba goes, well, write me a list. Gave him a list of 5 people. Ends up, Jonas starts killing these people on his list. And Alan didn't know what to do. He thought it was a joke, okay? He tried to stop. He said, well, you're joking, right? Right? You're joking, right? And Jonas keeps showing up and doing this stuff. One person's gone. And, Alan didn't think nothing of it because it's like, okay. He's like, then the next person on the list.
Then he starts realizing a pattern.
A pattern. He's realizing, no, this not for real, Jonas. No. He goes, Jonas is a serial killer, man. He's getting off on this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God. It was intense, you guys. I thought it was intense. And you say stuff, well, people drinking do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Alan's desperate trying to save the next person. And the last one on the list is his wife. You guys gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I liked it. I mean, I don't know why it didn't do that good, but I mean, there's numerous hit list movies out there. This is 2011, but I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, what did you think?
I thought it was a good film. For some reason, it was hard for me to accept Cuba Gooding in that type of a role.
A bad guy.
Because he usually plays a good guy, and so I guess he's kind of stereotyped a little bit as being a good guy. But it was a good film. It had a good premise to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly, guys. I don't know. I'm thinking, okay, you run into people in bars, watch out who you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out who you talk to, you guys.
So what would you rate your film?
Oh, I'll give it, I'll say like a 87.
87. Wow, that's high.
87. I liked it because the story, and Alan's trying and he can't control the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a detective out there trying to, get him and everything and figure out what's going on and everything. And it's like, Alan's like, man.
I would give your film, I'd give it a 72.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably give it higher if somebody else was playing Cuba Gooding's character.
Jonas.
And I like Cuba Gooding a lot.
But he's stereotyped in your mind.
Yeah. I had a hard time seeing him as that type of character.
Mm-hmm.
Had it been somebody who looks meaner and generally plays a bad guy, then I probably would have graded the film higher. But it was a good film.
It's totally different. And seeing him play a different role like that.
And it was a film that I had never even heard of.
Yeah, with him. Yeah.
Or anybody. I didn't know. I had never heard of the hit list until we watched it.
There's several different hit list titles. So, finding this one online, I had to, I had to find it. But I thought it was good. I would keep this one almost. Really, I'll watch it again.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching.